为什么有那么多离异单身的女人嫁不出去呢？
Why are there so many divorced, single women who can't get married, who can't find a man? Yet they are never idle. Some even date several men in a year but still can't find a suitable one. Just like that, 3 or 5 years go by, and they still haven't found the right man. The reason is actually very simple. They are too greedy, have no sense of giving, and also have bad intentions. They are always thinking of finding a man who will let them live a comfortable life without worries, always thinking a man will help raise their own children and provide them with security. They even want the man to have their burial plot prepared. With such selfish calculations, they go searching for a man, and after all that searching and fooling around, they still can't find a suitable one. They are either constantly changing men or being constantly changed by men. Don't you feel pathetic and sad for yourselves? Whether it's love or marriage, it's actually all about the willingness to give. It requires effort from both sides. If you don't want to give, then don't expect to find true love. We're all adults, no one is a fool. You say you like this man, but let me ask you, have you ever given anything for him? What have you given? You're not even willing to buy him a pair of underpants, but on the other hand, you demand that he buy you gold bracelets and gold necklaces. How do you have the nerve to ask? During the new year or on his birthday, could you give the man you like a red envelope? How much would that cost you? Are you willing? You are not. You don't want to buy him anything, and that's fine, but it's also normal for you to pull the curtains, a euphemism for being intimate with the man you like, right? That's just satisfying each other's physiological needs. But you're not even willing to do that. You feel like you're losing out. Tell me, where are you losing out? Is your pelvis brand new? Besides, what about the man? Isn't he tired? He's also sweating profusely, doing a thankless job, and he hasn't complained, has he? Furthermore, which man in a relationship doesn't spend more money than the woman? Think about it. Take a look around. How could a man possibly let you be at a disadvantage? If you were a bit more proactive, a bit more willing to give, would you still be unable to find a man? You people don't want to spend a single penny, but want men to spend heaps of money on you. For women with this kind of thinking, I'll tell you, rest assured, you can search your whole life and you will never find a suitable man. Even if you do find one, he's just deceiving you, sweet-talking you, and playing with you. If you don't believe it, just try.
女人离婚之后还想再嫁的话
If a woman wants to remarry after a divorce, is it actually difficult? For the vast majority of women, when they remarry, there's always an insurmountable hurdle in their hearts. They use their ex-husband as the standard. No matter how tumultuous their relationship with their ex-husband was, and no matter what kind of person he was, the fact that she married him implies that within her social circle, he was already the best choice. After all, every pot has its lid. Think about it. In her 20s, her prime years, she married someone like her ex-husband. Now that she's older, can she really find someone better than him? Isn't that just a dream? What women and men think about when remarrying is completely different. When a man remarries, he thinks, I must be extremely cautious in finding a partner. Any man with some capability will carefully select a partner for the second half of his life, thinking, I definitely need to find a woman who can live a good, stable life with me, and preferably, she should be a bit younger. As for older women, even if you've maintained your appearance well, you're still a middle-aged woman. A slightly more attractive middle-aged woman might have her own resources and thus higher standards. After all, her first marriage wasn't bad, so she'd certainly want to find someone better for her second. But the problem is, high-quality men are far scarcer than beautiful women. You can find a handful of beautiful women on any street, but truly capable men are rare. There's a saying, truly high-quality men are not in circulation on the market. Therefore, divorced women with average conditions are often more likely to remarry than beautiful ones, because life has forced them to be more realistic. Meanwhile, those women with better conditions spend their days dreaming of a domineering CEO falling in love with them, either wanting to marry a tycoon or find a young fresh meat, a young handsome man, living in a self-woven fairy tale from which they cannot wake. Now let's talk about the issue of children. Divorced women nowadays fight for custody of their children, wanting to receive stable child support payments, but the child, in turn, becomes the biggest obstacle to their remarriage. Some men will not even consider a woman with a child. And even if she doesn't have custody, a man might think, this woman abandoned her own child. How good can her character be? Then there's the financial aspect. Some older divorced women may not earn much and might have a lot of debt from credit spending. To present themselves more respectably in the dating market, they will spend a great deal of money to package themselves. But unless your conditions are exceptionally outstanding, in this remarriage market, the more a woman struggles and tries, the more hopeless it becomes. This is the reality. Men have become smarter now. They've seen too many of these tactics and have long lost interest in the remarriage market. Ultimately, the biggest obstacle in the remarriage market is precisely this type of woman who fails to recognize reality.
And before we continue, let us know in the comments where you're watching this video from. Connecting with viewers from all around the world is a huge inspiration for us. Thank you so much.
兄弟们，一块猪肉。
Brothers, a piece of pork made me realize what blind dating is all about. I feel especially in sync with you guys right now. You're not clueless about blind dates. Come on, this old auntie is giving you a lesson today. Today I was off. Early morning my mom urged me to go to the market to buy pork. I'm the dawdling type. My mom was anxious. Good meat is bought in the morning. Hurry up, stop dawdling. Though she urged, I didn't get to the market until almost 11. When I arrived, nearly half the stalls were already packed up. I asked the remaining stalls. They said the ones that left sold good cheap meat, sold out by 7 to 8 a.m. I wasn't in a rush, thinking there are still so many meat stalls. Got to the first stall. Meat looked decent. The boss was enthusiastic, asked how much I wanted. I was a bit arrogant, didn't pay much attention, thinking you're just the first, gotta check the rest, at least compare 3 stalls. So, I went to the second stall. Meat was okay, but too fatty. I don't like fat. Clearly leftovers others didn't want. Asked the price, more expensive than the first. I wasn't happy, started nitpicking. Too much fat, make it cheaper. The boss said if you want cheap go to the third stall, this is the lowest, can't go lower. I thought his attitude sucked, like he didn't need customers. Fine, I went to the next. I wasn't in a hurry anyway, keep choosing. My goal was simple. Spend little money, buy high-quality meat, go home and get praised by mom. Got to the third stall. Oh man, all frozen meat. I definitely wouldn't accept. I buy fresh meat. The boss saw me, super enthusiastic, said these are good stuff, if not frozen wouldn't be cheap. Asked the price, just a few yuan cheaper than fresh, about 0.4 to 0.6 USD. I wasn't having it, turned and left. I came for fresh meat, not your frozen stuff. I'm not short of your stall, buy. Next stall sold native pork, pricey. Asked, more than 10 yuan pricier than others, about $1.40. But I really liked it, quality was indeed good, you get what you pay for. Tried bargaining, the boss said high quality stuff, demand exceeds supply, not raising price is already good. I felt my pocket. Honestly, I didn't have the means, started to leave. But walked slower. Maybe the boss would call me back a little cheaper and I'd buy. Sure enough, he called, asked if I wanted the piece with writing on the side. If yes, he'd make it cheaper. I was super unwilling inside. If others don't want it, I don't either. Ignored him, turned and left. Almost done the whole round. Only the last stall left. I hadn't even approached, and the boss greeted me. Probably saw me at other stalls from afar. Said he was in a hurry to go home, about to pack up. If I bought, he'd make it cheaper. Take it all. The price was tempting. But I thought, so enthusiastic and proactively cheaper, definitely not good meat. I'm not dumb. The boss said it's good, if not in a rush to pack up wouldn't discount. I thought no way, not falling into this trap, no buy. So I went a full circle, chose meat a full circle, compared back and forth, still thought the first stall was best. So I went back to find the first stall. The boss was gone. I regretted it so much, felt awful. Thought about the stall in a hurry to pack up, actually okay and cheap. So I circled back to buy. Thinking while he wants to go home, bargain more. Got there, he was packing up, I asked where's the meat, he said just sold to someone.
Damn.
Regretted again.
What now?
Only left with the frozen meat stall, the fatty not cheap one, and the crazy expensive native pork. The more I thought, the more frustrated. Consoled myself. Went to the fatty stall. Though it has flaws, at least it's fresh. The boss wouldn't discount, even raised the price. Because all the stalls around packing up were done, the market only had his fresh meat left. He wasn't in a hurry to sell anymore. Got me anxious. Thought fine, cut the meat and go home. But really unwilling. Why buy so expensive? Fine, no buy. At worst, no meat. About to go home. My mom called, said food at home is ready. You're dawdling with the meat, hurry back. What to do? I need something to show. Fine, still go buy that fatty piece. Expensive be it. Got there, the boss was packing up. I asked where's the meat. He said just sold out. I had a full anxiety attack, jumping around, bought nothing. The frozen meat boss next to me was laughing. Got home, got scolded by mom, said I jumped around and delayed everything. So blind dating, really don't always think the good ones are later. You keep nitpicking. When you meet one that's decent, fits you, you gotta act fast. Otherwise, when you finally get it, all the premium ones are gone. What's left, you either settle or pay more, or even after a full circle of choosing, damn, you don't even qualify to settle. Meeting adjourned.
有的女人一相亲就问有车吗？
Some women, as soon as they go on a blind date, they ask, do you have a car? Do you have a house? How much are your savings? What's your monthly salary? I want to ask, you demand that a man must have this and must have that. But what do you have? You say you have nothing. So on what grounds do you demand that a man must have everything? Besides, if a man has all of those things, why would he want you? Some women are even more shameless. With a monthly salary of $3,000 to $4,000, approximate $422 to $562, they still think a man earning $8,000 a month, approximate $1,124, is too little. There are plenty of men who earn $80,000, approximate $11,240, or even $800,000, approximate $112,400 a month. Go ahead, go find them, and see if any of them will want you. Forget about wanting you. They wouldn't even give you a second glance. Therefore, some women really need to have some self-awareness. You can demand that a man has everything, but you also need to take a look at what you have to offer. Listen up. Marriage is about complementing each other, not about taking.
大家好，我95年的。
Hello everyone, I was born in 95, so I'm already 31 years old this year, and I'm still single. To be honest, I'm quite afraid of contacting my parents nowadays, and I'm especially scared of family gatherings with all the relatives, aunts and uncles because they put a lot of pressure on me. I actually think I look okay, I have my own job and my income is decent, but I just don't know why. Maybe it's because fate hasn't arrived yet. I did date a few people when I was younger, but after all the ups and downs, none of them worked out in the end. Now at this age, the pressure is quite significant. My life now is just going to work and coming home every day. I don't know how I'll ever find a suitable partner.
今天我生理期肚子痛，在家里躺了一天，什么都没干。
Today I had menstrual cramps, so I lay at home all day and did nothing. Then, I suddenly felt very lost, not knowing what I should do. As for getting married, to be honest, I've already prepared for the worst-case scenario. I'll likely die alone this lifetime. There's a high probability I won't get married. So if I don't get married, what else is there to do? Traveling? Well, I've already been to every province in the country. I've probably seen about 60% of the nation's famous tourist spots, including Xinjiang and Tibet, which I've visited 5 or 6 times. One day, I'll get tired of traveling too. As for food, I don't seem to have much of an appetite, and there's nothing I'm particularly craving. As for clothes, I'm not good at dressing up and have no desire for beautiful clothing. Do you understand? I'm 36, but I feel like I'm already 60, with no desires or pursuits. It's just that I'm suddenly starting to realize now that if you don't have a child, your life truly has no motivation, no hope to look forward to.
离婚的女人想嫁一个有钱的男人。
A divorced woman wants to marry a rich man? I advise you to wake up. 9 out of 10 divorced women are having the same dream. Find a rich man so the rest of your life will be comfortable. I know you'll probably curse me, but don't rush, hear me out first. You're divorced, you're hurt, and you want to find a well-off, good man to live an easier life. I understand this feeling, I really do. Who doesn't want to be pampered? Who doesn't want to be cherished? Who doesn't want to live a more dignified life? But you have to face a cruel reality. You want to find a rich man, but what does a rich man see in you? Your older age? Your rich experience? Or the lifelong liability of the child you bring with you? Don't be angry. This is the naked truth of the world. I've seen too many divorced women who spend their days watching short video dramas with domineering CEO falls in love with me plots, and they start to truly believe they are the main character. Wake up, my sisters. That's written by a scriptwriter to get clicks, okay? It's not your life script. Think about those truly successful men. Are they short of women? Girls who are 27, 28, young, beautiful, and without emotional baggage. They can have as many as they want. Why would they pass up fresh young flowers to pick you? You might say, I have life experience, I understand men, I know how to take care of people. These might be your strengths, but the cruel reality is, those young and beautiful girls are emotionally intelligent and attractive. What they can offer is often more, better, and comes with less baggage than what you can offer. And then there are some sisters who live in their beauty filter apps all day. The moment the filter is on, they think they're all that again. Look at yourself in the filter, and then look at the real you in the mirror. There are fine lines around your eyes, scars in your heart, and you might even have a child by your side waiting for you to raise. These things can't be erased even with a level 100 beauty filter. What's even more heartbreaking? Do you know what kind of men are actually interested in divorced women like you? They are either men with such poor conditions that no one wants them, or they have ulterior motives and just want to take advantage of you. You're after his money, but what is he after from you? That you're easy to deceive? Think about it yourself. I'm not saying this to look down on divorced women, nor am I saying you're inferior. I genuinely want to wake you up. This world is very realistic, and men are even more realistic than you imagine. When they choose a partner, they are not doing charity, they are making a choice. They choose who can bring them honor, who can make their life easier, who can support them, not drag them down. You failed to manage your last marriage. What can you use to prove to the next man that you can get it right this time?
Ever since the sweet puppy heiress bubble burst and the chime can no longer milk money, they've suddenly started missing the old-school boyfriend. What's an old-school boyfriend? Bluntly, clueless about romance rituals, can't provide emotional value, a bit macho, loves instant noodles, lectures people, and has kinda tacky spending habits. Compared to lining up 2 hours for trendy Western food, they'd rather grab a steaming bowl of beef brisket noodles downstairs. In the past, these guys were the negative example. Some app was full of threads roasting them. How come the wind has completely flipped now? Old-school boyfriends have become hotcakes. The answer's simple. Chime can't get any perks from the new school guys anymore, so they're desperate. As men wake up, the new generation is all about real gender equality. No one-sided giving, definitely no lick dogs. Spot an imbalance? Cut losses fast. By contrast, old-school boyfriends' strengths shine. Sure, they misogynize women, but they hate splitting the bill. They pay for meals, randomly Venmo girls, send gifts, order delivery, even enable intimate payments and hand over salary cards, stubbornly believing that's what men do. They've got tons of flaws, but they're willing to be the yunjong, wronged ATM. For those used to being pampered and feasting on gender perks, if the freebies dry up, does the misogyny even matter? The real issue. Men were willing to be old-school boyfriends back then because women actively took on matching responsibilities. But these past few years, some sisters with their race wave awakening broke the balance. They push women to humanize, build independent personas, yet forbid men from dropping their burdens. They even say accepting gifts is not equal to consent, rationalizing their take-only, give-nothing chime behavior. In this climate, keep playing old-school boyfriend and you'll just get drained dry. No one wants that anymore. Now even the momentarily brain-dead ones see the problem and slam the brakes. The loudest no marriage, no kids voices now praise marriage. The ones who stirred gender wars now oppose male-female conflict. The ones who mocked old-school boyfriends now skyrocket them. Bottom line. They didn't discover the goodness of honest men. They just can't exploit anyone anymore. Like Nie Chong missing the Qing dynasty, what they miss isn't the old-school boyfriend. It's the old era where they got all the benefits without lifting a finger.
You'll never know what kind of methods a single guy who can't find a partner will try for the sake of finding one, what tricks he'll come up with. Being a super single woman, let me tell you right now what efforts I've made to find a partner. I think in the entire universe, the hardest thing to solve, the epic level problem in human history, is finding a partner. Because for everything else besides finding a partner, you can get a result through effort. Whether the result is failure or success, it will give you an answer. For many things, effort leads to a result. It's just a question of whether that result hits your heart or not. But marriage and finding a partner isn't something you get just by trying. You try even harder, you use every trick in the book, you still won't get a result. An epic level unsolvable problem. Because of finding a partner, I tried scientific methods. Nothing worked. When I was truly at my wit's end, I turned to metaphysical methods. I wondered if someone had put a hex on me or something. Because in my mind, I shouldn't be the type with zero romantic luck. So last year, I went to a master and asked. I said, "Master, can you tell me when I'll get married?" The master said he could take a look. I gave him my birth date. He took it, stared, and went silent. Then he said, "What exactly do you want me to read?" I said, "Read my love fate." He said, "Which aspect of love fate?" He didn't know what to read. I was confused too. Shouldn't a master just hear love fate and rattle off a whole spiel? I was a bit lost. The master stayed silent for several minutes. Then he said, "For love fate, which specific part do you want?" I told him, "Just tell me when I'll get married." He stared at my birth date again and went quiet. Wouldn't speak. I saw he wasn't talking, so I asked again. I said, "Because I still don't have a partner and I'm not young anymore, my family is pressuring me hard, so please tell me when I'll find someone and get married." The master said, "If you put it that way, it's clear. You should have just said when you'll get married. Looking at your birth date, there's no romantic luck around you." I panicked a little, wasn't ready to give up, so I asked, "Is there never any romantic luck, or just not this year?" The master said, "Not just this year. Never before either. In your whole life, almost zero romantic luck. Maybe 1 or 2 blossoms, but you missed them when you were very young." I don't even know who I missed back then. I asked the master, "Is there any way to improve it? I really want to find someone and get married." And that's how this thing came about. The master told me to buy something pink and soft, carry it every day. If any guy sees me wearing it, they'll think I look tender and flirty, that I'm ready for love, and they'll approach me. I ran to a dozen counters to find this thing. Once I got it, I don't really like jewelry, and I was afraid I'd buy it and lose it in a few days, so I spent a hefty sum to add 2 gold beads, thinking, I spent this much on this bracelet, I have to wear it every day so I don't lose it. So I bought it. I wore it continuously for over 6 months, not a single romantic spark. Even blind dates failed, one after another. Every single blind date, I wore this thing, every single one failed. So I stopped believing the master. Because when he read my birth chart, he said first, he couldn't see any romantic luck, so he'd help summon some for me, and told me to wear this. Okay, I wore it. I still wasn't ready to give up, so I asked, if I do this, when will I get out of singlehood? Last year he told me, right after the new year, I'd escape singlehood. Around May 1st or National Day, I'd get engaged. If things go really well, I could marry on National Day. If a bit bumpy, not too smooth, then after the new year, by early 2026, I'd definitely be married. I believed it completely, was dead certain I'd get engaged or married this year. Plus, the master told me I had to actively meet the opposite sex, go on blind dates, get out there, socialize. Okay, socializing aside, I'm socially anxious. I don't have opposite-sex friends or circles, so socializing isn't an option for me. Fine, no socializing, then blind dates. So everyone see me going on blind dates like crazy this year, but every single one fails. Every single one. I don't know where the problem is, just one failure after another. So I want to ask, you guys who can't find partners, can't get married, what efforts have you made to escape singlehood, to solve this level 10+ problem? Even someone like me who believes in science has been pushed to this point. I want to know what others do. Got any secrets to share so I can get out of this, maybe this year or next?
如果你跟一个男生提钱
If you bring up money with a guy, your relationship with him is basically over. If you don't believe it, just go ahead and try. Guys nowadays really resent it when a girl brings up money at the drop of a hat. They also hate the kind of relationship that can only be maintained by spending money. If you're dating a guy right now and you want him to spend money on you, you want him to get you gifts, you want him to create some sense of ritual, or give you money transfers and things like that, you're basically done with him. Your relationship can't go on. Those guys might get along with you very well at the beginning because they think you're a decent person. But the moment you mention money, the moment you show that you have that gold-digging vibe, he will immediately start ignoring you. And don't think that guys are stingy now. They are truly scarred from being taken advantage of by women in the past. So now they are very clear-headed. No one is willing to be a sucker anymore. No matter how good your conditions are, how outstanding or how beautiful you are, just try bringing up money and see if your relationship doesn't turn cold.
35加的女生，如果你
If you're a woman over 35 and still hope to get married, I can't say that you can only look for someone of a lower standard. But finding a partner who meets your expectations in every aspect and doesn't lower your quality of life is truly difficult. A few days ago, I was chatting with several women over 35, and one of them, born in 1990, shared her experience with me. 2 years ago, her boss introduced her to a man born in 1988. He was a junior manager at an international company with an annual salary of around 300,000 to 400,000 yuan, approximately 42,150 to 56,200 US dollars, and was an only child. The only less than ideal aspect was his height, which was only 168 centimeters, about 5 feet 6 inches, and his looks were average. The woman's own conditions were quite good. She is 164 centimeters, about 5 feet 5 inches, has a bachelor's degree with an annual salary of 200,000 yuan, approximately 28,100 US dollars, is an only daughter, and owns a house and a car, although the house has a mortgage. She was aware that she was no longer young, so she dated the man for about 2 months. He wanted to confirm the relationship soon and move towards marriage. When the man confessed his feelings, she was very hesitant. She told me, "My friends' partners are all someone you'd be proud to show off, but with this one, I'd be too embarrassed to introduce him to my friends." In the end, because she didn't want to settle, she rejected him. But now, almost no one around her introduces potential partners to her anymore. Only her mother is still persistent about it. Recently, her mother recommended a divorced man with a child. This time, she felt incredibly hurt. She came to me and asked, "In my parents' eyes, am I only fit to be a stepmother? Is it true that I can only live alone?" Here, I want to say a few sincere words to women over 35. If you still want to get married, you really need to be proactive, and you really can't wait any longer. Men with excellent conditions often won't actively pursue you. They might go on dates with divorced women and willingly pay the bill, but if they have a meal with you and you don't offer to go Dutch, they might not want a second meeting. Men are very realistic. Even those without a house or a car want to find someone young and beautiful, let alone those who are well off. If you continue to maintain this high and mighty attitude, are used to taking things slow and constantly test the other person, then the path to marriage will be incredibly difficult for you.
一致高价彩礼，发了一个这样的视频。
You making this fake bride price video has really triggered people. You have a daughter too. Let's see how much bride price you demand when it's returned. Let me tell you this with this video as my witness and God watching. If my daughter finds a partner in the future, as long as the 2 kids are fine, the bride price will be whatever the groom's family wishes. I won't say a word, won't demand a thing. However much they give, I'll give back that much, and I'll even add more on top. I won't touch a single dime of the children's money, you understand? I'm so fed up with this whole bride price culture. People's lives are stressful enough as it is. Aren't you just pushing them over the edge with this? What's the matter? Can't you survive without relying on a pile of bride price money? This vicious trend is started by people like this. Don't worry about how much the neighbors give or receive. Every family is different, and every child is different. As long as it's reasonable and we are healthy and safe, that's enough. Insisting on hundreds of thousands. These people are just spoiled, you know? It's that generation from the 70s and 80s, the early 80s cohort, who were affected by the one-child policy. With their old-fashioned rural mentality that hasn't kept up with the times, they've caused the severe gender imbalance we see now. Life isn't easy for anyone. We're all living a life of toil. Why must those living a life of toil make things difficult for others living the same life? I have no idea what goes on in these people's heads.
Dear friends of Chinese Emotion, throughout our emotional journey today, we have listened to so many voices from the heart, from the loneliness of a woman in her 30s, to the confusion of a broken marriage, and even to the allegorical story of buying pork at the market. All of these stories seem to revolve around one big question: why has the journey to find love and happiness become so arduous in this modern world? Could it be that we are so busy searching for a perfect partner based on a checklist, a house, a car, a career, that we have forgotten that true love is not a transaction? The story of going to the market taught us a profound lesson. When we are overly picky, we might miss the best opportunities right at the start, only to be left with more expensive choices, or nothing at all. The world is changing. Men today are more aware. They are afraid of becoming walking wallets and also long for an equal love where both partners contribute. Women, after being hurt, yearn even more for a safe harbor. This conflict creates a vast gap between the genders. So, what is the way forward? Perhaps it's time for us to stop looking outward for a savior and instead look inward and ask ourselves, what value can I bring to a relationship? Am I ready to give, to empathize, and to build something together? Marriage is not a destination for passive enjoyment. It is a journey that requires cultivation from both sides. Love is not a prize to be won, but a garden that needs to be tended to daily with sincerity, respect, and mutual effort. Instead of demanding a perfect person, let's seek someone who is willing to become better together with us. That is the true essence of an enduring love. Thank you for listening and sharing. This is your companion on the Chinese Emotion channel.